Welcome, my name is Brittany. We're gonna get going with our barre class for today. All you need for today's class is a chair, a yoga mat, or a towel for your knees. You also need to be, so proper footwear as well. You also need to be barefoot for this class. If you have barre socks, those work too, but I don't recommend wearing running shoes, and I also don't recommend wearing just regular socks because you might slip and slide all over the floor. Also, quick disclaimer before we get started, if you are new to physical activity or haven't worked out in a while, it's always really best to check in first with a physician before taking on any more physical activity into your life. And it's also important to make sure that you're working in a space free of any objects that may impede your workout. So I have a very small space here. This is really all we need, and my floor is clear around me so that I can have an awesome barre exercise today. Okay, awesome, that's it for me. I'm gonna go turn on the music. You guys get started in the center of the room. Amazing, okay. So getting started, we're gonna take our feet and bring them just shoulder width distance apart and have a nice soft bend on our knees. Right away, I'm gonna take my tailbone and I'm gonna tuck it under, engaging my core in the front. Let's take a nice deep breath in, bringing our shoulders up to our ears, and then rolling them down our back. Amazing, deep breath in, opening our hands up overhead, and rounding through our spine, bringing our chin down to our chest, all the way to the floor. Amazing, again, lifting up, opening our chest to the sky, and then bringing our chin down to our chest, rolling through our spine. One more time, opening up, nice and big, chin to chest, rolling all the way down. Amazing, coming right up, stepping nice and wide. We're gonna sink it right down into our squat. Take your hands, bring them to the inside of our knees. We're gonna go into a spine twist here. So actively pressing against the inside of my knee. Getting a nice shoulder stretch, back stretch, and inner thigh stretch. Amazing, nice deep breath in, taking it over to the other side. Palms come to the inside of our leg. Amazing, nice deep stretch. So good, nice deep breath back in. We're gonna sink it back down into our squat. Chest is forward, belly is lifted. We're gonna take this to toe taps. Sink in, lift. Good. So we're just warming up our body here. So not sinking too low to start off with. Good, slowly warming up through our legs. Amazing. You can stay here or you can join me, adding your arms cross body. Good. Amazing, now waking up our upper body. Slight twist through the spine. Whew. Good. As you start to feel a little bit more warmed up, you can add on by sinking a little bit deeper in the middle and stepping a little bit wider side to side. Amazing. You can stay here or join me and bring your hands up overhead. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing, straight into it, sumo squats. Good. So coming down and right up, keeping our belly lifted, tailbone points back. Good, sinking as low as you can go, adding our arms, squeezing in the back and then in the front. Good. So I like to think with this arm exercise, I have a balloon I'm trying to squeeze between my hands. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna activate the muscles in our front and in our back. Amazing. Let's go for 4, 3. We're gonna keep our legs the same, changing up our arms, reaching down to the front. Good. Amazing. So here, we're imagining we're picking a box up from the floor and putting it onto a shelf. Reach down and up. That's good. For 4, 3, Amazing. Stepping our feet nice and wide. We're going to transition here into a warrior two flow. So starting off with our left leg, I'm going to turn my right heel in and turn my left heel out. Sinking down, finding that warrior two pose. Tendency here is to turn our hips this way. We want to actively point them forward. You're going to do that by pressing your pinky toe down into the ground and evenly distributing your weight into both feet. Arms come by our side. Tailbone is tucked under. Amazing. We're going to flow from here. You're going to pivot on that back foot, finding a runner's lunge. Back leg is lifted, belly is lifted. From here, we're going to bend that back leg. Coming into an upright reverse lunge. Knees are 90 degrees. From here, coming back forward into that runner's lunge, and then opening to the front. That's our flow. We're going to take it a little bit faster, 2 counts. Here we go. Turn and sink. Lift. Open back to the front again. Good. Keep it going. Lifting that back leg. Opening to the front again. Good. 2 more times. Lift. And open. Last time. Turn. Sinking the back knee. Lifting up. Awesome. Opening to the front. From here, we're going to turn both of our feet in. Sink into a side lunge. I'll show you from the side. Belly is lifted. Tailbone points right back. Chest is pointed forward. Quick transition. We're going to take this to side lunges. Here we go. Good. So looking down, my knees are staying behind my toes. Good. Everything presses back. Hello, Baxter. Okay, adding our arms. Good. You can keep your arms on your hips, or you can circle your arms in front of yourself like I'm doing. So what I'm doing, still shooting that energy between our palms. I'm imagining I'm sliding my hands back and forth over that beach ball. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Warrior two flow other side. Let's open that right foot to the side and bring our left foot in. Taking our hips, squaring them forward, and sinking down into our right leg. Amazing. Arms come by our side. Tailbone tucks under, engaging through our core. Here we go. Let's flow. Turning over. Sinking our back knee, lifting our back knee, opening to the front again. Good stuff. Keep going. Awesome. Good. Let's go for 2 more times. Pivot. Sink that back knee. Lift it. Open to the front. Last time. Good. Finishing in the front. We're going to turn our toes back in, finding that side lunge again. Tailbone points back, side to side. Good. Awesome. You can stay here with your hands on your hips or bring your hands in front of your chest. Good. Good. We have a visitor in the class. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Good stuff. Taking our legs. Let's walk them in together. That's okay. You can sit. Okay. We're going to find a narrow squat position. Our ankles are right underneath our hips And we're gonna sink it right back into our chair pose. Hand point in front of us, really shooting our tailbone back. Good, sinking right down, finding that weight in the heels of our feet. Okay, from here, we're gonna move big. We sink and lift. Pressing your palms back at the top. Good. So this is my center position. We're gonna add on from here. You have the option of staying here in that narrow squat. All right, if you're feeling good, you're gonna join me. We're gonna step our right leg to the side. Step and lift. Good, keeping on that right leg. So, I'm coming into that side lunge again, and then coming right back up tall. Good, sink and lift. Other option, you're gonna keep your leg planted to the right. Sink to that lunge and then lift. That's your progression. Good, sink and lift. Awesome, so you can stay here, or you can join me and lift your right leg up off the ground. Here we go. Lift and sink, lift and sink. Amazing. Good, so coming up onto a super straight left leg. Good. And using my palms as my hand when I press back to find momentum and that balance. Let's go for 2 more. Up and up. Amazing. Walking our feet back together, finding that chair pose again, sinking right back into the heels of our feet. Let's move big. Sink and lift. Woo. Good. All right, same thing, other leg. Stepping our left leg out to the side. Here we go. Step and lift. Good, so really important, making sure my knee stays behind my toes. Good, and again, using my palms, pressing back to bring myself back up. Amazing. Good. So remember your options. You can keep that left foot planted, or you can bring it in. Good, you can stay here, or join me in lifting your left leg up to the side. Here we go. Down and lift. Good. Building that heat up really fast. We're not here forever. Sink and lift. Good. 2 more. Sink, lift, sink, and lift. Amazing. Walking our feet together. Last time in this chair pose, hands in front of us, sinking right back down. From here, you're gonna bring your hands together into prayer. This is our final push of this opening sequence. You can stay here, or you can join me and lifting your heels up. 8 counts, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing, good stuff. Baxter just wants to do bar class, that's all he wants to do. Okay, good stuff, guys. We're gonna come to the edge of our mat now and do a quick little stretch. Grab some water if you need to as well. So let's stretch out those legs that we were just working really hard. Soft bend in our knees. Let's bring our hands down to the ground, letting our head hang nice and heavy. Bending our left leg, and then our right leg. Left, and then our right. Amazing. From here, we're gonna walk ourselves forward onto this mat and bring our knees down. I'm gonna show you 3 progressions of a yoga flow right now. We're gonna go through each progression, and then whatever progression you choose, you're gonna repeat 3 more times. So we're gonna do this whole sequence 6 times through, but the first are 3 options for you to do. So starting off, we're gonna press back into a child's pose. Hands are in front of me. I'm gonna flow forward from here, shoulders stack over top of my wrists, slowly bending my elbows until my chest hits the floor. From here, I'm gonna press myself up, find cobra pose, and then curl my toes under and press back into that child's pose. Second progression, you're gonna come up onto your toes, finding a downward dog. We're gonna flow forward, Shoulders above our wrists. Knees come down to the mat. Same thing, chaturanga, bending our elbows, bringing our chest down to the floor. Pressing our chest up to the sky. Toes curl under and pressing right back into downward dog. Third progression. We're gonna flow forward. This time, knees stay lifted. We're gonna bend our elbows. Find that chaturanga. Feet, flat part of our feet hit the ground. Turning up to cobra pose. From here, turning my toes under and pressing back into downward dog. Those are your 3 progressions. We're gonna repeat whichever one you choose 3 times. Here we go. Flowing forward. Bending your elbows. Pressing up. Amazing. Curling those toes back under. And pressing back up. Again, second time through. Flowing forward. Nice and slow, pressing down. Good, chest comes up. Curling our toes under. Amazing. Last time through this flow, flowing forward. Shoulders over wrists. Bending down. Pressing up. And last time, curling our toes under, pressing up into a downward dog. Amazing. Let's slowly walk our feet forward and rolling up through our spine. Good stuff, guys. Okay. Grab some water. We're going to move over now to the chair portion of our class. So I'm going to get that ready. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to angle my chair like this. So using a chair, you might also just want to use a wall for this next portion. We're going to come into a flat back fold over onto our chair. So I'm going to show you a couple options to do that. First, through either option, what you just want to make sure is that your heels and your ankles are right underneath your knees. So what can happen is you can step your feet too far back and leaving your chest forward. That's not what we want. We want our heels right underneath our hips for this whole neck sequence. Hands are going to come forward onto the chair. Other option is to have your forearms on the chair. I'm going to step my feet as far back as my hips are going to go. Good, so you can stay here. I like to be a little bit more upright for this one. Let's take a soft bend on both of those knees. And we're going to right away transfer our weight onto one leg. Doesn't matter which leg you want to do first. And we're going to come into a balance onto that other leg. So this next sequence, my hip's going to point forward the whole time. I'm not opening my hip up to the side. Okay, we're going to extend our leg back. Bring it in. Extend it back. And bring it in. Good. So right now, toes are pointed. My hip is pointed forward. Good. So as much as I'm working this leg that's in the air, I'm also really working my supporting leg. So really important to have a nice soft bend on my knee. Good to help me through this next series. Good, we're gonna do a few more. Stretch it right out, super straight. Bring it in, engaging our core. Out, super straight, in. Good, 2 more. And in, out. Good, and in. Okay, from here, we're gonna stretch our leg out super straight. Belly is lifted. We're gonna lower our leg down and lift. Lift for 2, lower. Good, lift and lower. Let's go a little bit faster. Up and down, up and down. Good, so really stretching through my leg, trying to get it as straight as it will go. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one, holds up. From here, we're gonna flex our foot, curl my heel into my glutes, point my toe, straighten it out. Again, here we go. Flex and bend, point and straight, good. So really targeting our hamstrings and our glutes here. Flex and bend, point and straight, good. 2 more, in, and out. That's good. Last one, in and out. Okay, lift to finish here. We're gonna flex our foot again, bring it in, Belly is lifted, leaning right over. We're gonna take this to donkey kicks. 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing, so good. So I'm feeling it in this hip right now. I'm sure you guys are too. Let's do a quick stretch here, taking that leg that was just moving. Let's cross it over and sink down into a figure 4 stretch. Good, stretching through our glutes and our hips. I'm gonna take my hand, this is just an option to get a deeper stretch, and gently press against the inside of my leg. Awesome. Amazing, coming on up, shaking it out. Keeping it even, moving over to the other side. Okay, that looks good. So setting up again, hands are gonna come to the chair, or your forearms are gonna come to the chair. We're gonna step our feet as back as our hips will allow us, making sure that my ankles are right underneath my hip bones, and then switching over to our other leg. What was I doing before this one? So now I'm on this one, okay. All right, starting off, finding that balance, bringing my knee into my chest, core is engaged. Amazing, let's move. Here we go. In, extend out. In, extend out. Good. Out, in, out, in. Good. Nice and slow and controlled. And out. Good. So keeping those hips square, toes are pointed. Want to extend that leg out. I'm trying to make it as straight as I can. 2 more. Out and in. Last time. Out and in. Amazing. From here, we're going to extend that leg out. Really articulate that flat back. Lifting and lowering our leg. Here we go. Down for 2. Up. Starting off slow. Down for 2 and up. Last one. Down for 2 and up. Single counts. Down. And lift. Good. Down. Awesome. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Lifting that leg up, flexing our foot, bringing our heel in. Here we go. Flex and bend, point, straighten it out. Flex and bend, point, and straight. That's good. Flex and bend. 2 more. And out. Last one. And out. Amazing to finish. Flex that foot. Bring it back in straight or bend. Bending through that supporting leg. 8 donkey kicks to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Bring it in. Shake it out. Let's do a quick figure 4 stretch, stretching out our glutes, crossing that leg over that was just moving, and sinking it back. Whew. I always find my left glute is a little bit tighter than my right. Option to take your palm and press down through your inner leg for a deeper stretch. Awesome. Okay, come up out of it, shake it out. All right, guys, moving on to our last sequence of the class. Feel free to grab some water right now as we set up. We're going to be doing some mat work. So get your towel ready, get your mat ready. We're going to come on to all fours. So bringing my hands down to the ground, my knees down to the ground. I'm going to walk out into all fours here. So wrists are going to be right underneath my shoulder. I'm going to show you guys from the side. Wrists are right underneath my shoulder. My knees are right underneath my hips. Good, and my belly is lifted. I want to be in a neutral spine for this next series. So tendency is to overarch our back or stretch it out this way as well. So we want to make sure that we have a nice neutral spine, belly is lifted, and extending through the crown of our head. Okay. I'm going to show you 3 options here. First option for this next sequence is to come down to your forearms and do the exercise from here. All right, this will help out if you're having some wrist issues. Other option is to come up onto all fours, but just move your legs for this next sequence. And then your third progression is to do both your arms and your legs. I'm going to show you the third progression, but feel free to do whichever one works for you. So starting off, I'm going to lift my right arm or whichever arm up, bringing it to shoulder height. As I lift it up, I'm making sure my spine isn't moving, I'm keeping it neutral. And I'm going to lift my opposite leg up off the ground. So right now, checking in, pressing down into my left hand and down through my right knee. So I'm evenly balanced over both my hand and my knee. From here, I'm going to bring my knee into my opposite into my elbow, and then my arm that's up into my rib cage. I'm then going to extend it back out, squaring off my hips, and bringing my knee and my hands back down to the ground. Awesome. Other side. Lifting my arm up first, then my leg, bending my elbow into my side, bending my knee into my arm, extending it back out, squaring off those hips, and then bringing it back down. Amazing. Let's repeat that. Arm up, leg up, bend to the side, and extend it out. Amazing. So this exercise right now is really, really targeting your core. So as you lift your arm and your leg up, your core is forced to stabilize your body. And that's a really, really effective way to build up your core strength. So not doing crunches, but still very much targeting our core. Awesome. And as I bring my knee into my side, I'm activating my obliques. Good. And extending it back out. Good. Now you can add on to this exercise from home too. If you have little hand weights, you can put some hand weights into your arm as you do this. Also option to maybe do some cans of soup or whatever it is you have at home that you can add weights to your arms for. Amazing. Let's go one more each side. Lifting up, extending, bending into the side. Good, and then back down. Awesome. Last one. Bending into the side. Good. And bringing it back down. Awesome. We're going to do one final push here in our tabletop position. I'm going to curl my toes under, quickly checking back into my alignment. Finishing strong, I'm going to hover my knees up off the floor. Good, so lifting my knees up off the floor, back is neutral. Talking about core, this is really, really testing our core strength. Amazing. Let's hold for 8 more counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, almost there. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Bringing your knees down, stretching them out nice and wide. Let's press it back into a child's pose. We are all done for today. Going into stretches, this is the easy part of class. Amazing, good stuff. Let's stretch out our arms here. Taking my right fingers, I'm going to walk them all the way over to my right side and then press back, to my left side and then press back through my right hip. So we're getting a nice stretch down my extended arm. Amazing, good stuff. Walking our hands over to the other side. Left arm extends over, pressing through my left hip. Amazing, coming back center. Coming up onto my knees, I'm going to take my right foot, step it forward. So I'm in a 90-degree angle with both of my knees. My left arm is going to extend out, and I'm going to sink forward into my left leg. So really stretching out our hip flexor here and our quad. Whew. This is just an option. You can also bring your hands down by your hips. Other option, if this is too much, you can bring your hands down to support you on the floor too, wherever you are. Good. From here, we're going to press back. I'm going to bring my hands down to the ground now if they weren't there. I'm going to flex my foot up and sink back down into that bent knee. And so what I'm stretching out here is my hamstrings and my calf on my stretched out leg. Awesome. Coming forward. Let's switch over. Same thing, other leg. Stepping forward. Lunging forward, stretching out through my quad and my hip flexor. Option to lift that arm up. Good. And lifting our arm up, what that really does is it allows us to stretch out our hip flexor that goes a little bit up our abdomen. But other option is to bring your hands down to the floor. Amazing. From here, we're going to bring our hands back, bending through our back knee. Good, and straightening out our front leg, flexing through our toes. Amazing. Good stuff, shaking it out. We are all done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to Barre class today. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're nice and sweaty and ready to take on the rest of your day. If you're looking for another class today, we have yoga Pilates at 4:30. And if not, we also have our Tabata class tomorrow at 12 and other awesome classes that we're offering throughout the week. Have a very great Tuesday. Thanks again for joining. Bye.